Hey, welcome to the 12th edition of the Best Positioned Newsletter in Marketing. If you're new here, we dive deep into strategies and insights to help startup founders and entrepreneurs navigate the exciting world of scaling businesses. Today, we're continuing our discussion from 2 weeks ago on a process that could transform your business, repositioning. So if your growth seems to be stagnating, this could be the game changer you've been searching for. Ready? Let's go. All right, let's start with a truth bomb. Early growth muddles a startup's focus. Juggling different customer segments can blur your positioning and make it challenging to identify your best fit customers. But it's also essential to know who these customers are because they're your path to sustainable growth. So how do we do this? On the one hand, you have to sort of have enough customers. On the other hand, you have to position for the best fit customers only. So how to do this? The answer lies in your existing customer data. When you grow, you get clients. And when you get clients, you get data. Who they are, how much do they pay, what's their lifetime value. Dive deep into that data. Understand the story it tells. Who brings in the lion's share of your revenue? What use cases are common among your high value customers? Who are the customers you should avoid? This knowledge shapes your marketing, your sales, your product development, your support. In today's video, I wanted to tackle two of the most common problems I find when working with clients on repositioning. Now, the number one problem that I find when working with clients is, the fear of niching down. Most startup founders believe that focusing on a single customer segment in the beginning means leaving money on the table. But the truth is that, riches lie in the niches. By focusing on one segment, you can tailor solutions specifically for that segment. You can then stand out from your competitors and position yourself as an incredibly valuable tool for that segment. People will buy premium for things that are valuable for them. So by niching down, you get less clients paying you more. Less clients mean less work, less support, less spend on acquisition, less cost of the cloud services and whatnot. And more money, because you're a premium service, mean that you now have profitability. So the brave and strategic choice, it's niching down. Now, the second problem I usually find when I get clients' documents is lack of quality customer data. When we start our projects, I have one rule. I need to see all the data that you have, the data on your product, the data on your customers, what worked in the past, what didn't work. And I found that many companies are just swimming in the dark because they do not have quality data. And my solution to that is always the same. We need to get the missing pieces of the data if we want to make a strategy that will just make sense. So, we need to conduct user interviews. We need to do market research. We need to test different messages. And obviously, it's usually the data on the customers that's missing, right? And, we all have personas. We all have avatars and ICPs that are just plain useless. A PDF sitting on a Google Drive that nobody ever uses. And the solution to that isn't sexy. The solution is to gather the data that you need to identify the customer's pain points, wants, and needs. discover your best fit customer. That's it. If you don't know how to sell your product, if you don't know how to market your product, you just didn't talk to enough people yet. You know, with just 8 to 10 well-prepared calls, you could gain significant insights that will make more for your marketing than any test you can conduct ever will. And we didn't want to do interviews at my last startup either. We weren't in touch with our customers, and you know, the results showed, you know, too high user acquisition costs, low conversion rates. Obviously, we couldn't monetize users. And even then, when we tried to do the occasional interview, no one responded, and we couldn't get, you know, our users on a 15-minute Zoom call. No wonder. Why would they? We didn't give them anything that they were interested in. So eventually we turned things around. We figured out that, you know, what users really wanted and gave that to them in exchange for the interviews. You know, in our case, since, you know, the startup was a mobile app that helps dyslexic children learn to read, our solution was, you know, giving kids free reading lessons. And, you know, while the project leader did that, gave them lessons, I interviewed moms who were waiting for their kids. And, you know, we got some initial data that finally allowed us to reposition and focus our efforts to a single customer with a single message. And that lowered our cost of user acquisition by 52%, doubling our user base. We started growing and growing fast. The startup now got an investment. Remember, poor marketing and sales outcomes are usually symptoms, not the root cause of the problem. The true issue often lies in, you know, in a loss of product market fit. In the actual solution to that, repositioning your product to find that product market fit again. It starts by identifying your best fit customer, understanding their pain points, and illustrating how your solution uniquely eases these struggles that they have. This process calls for an in-depth examination of, you know, every part of your positioning. You know, your users, their pain points, their needs, your problem solution fit, your competition, your differentiation. And when you tie these elements together, the result is, you know, a laser focused approach to targeting a specific customer segment, resulting in lower cost of user acquisition, much higher conversion rates, and, you know, a path to sustainable growth. So let's recap. If you're struggling with scaling up, it might be high time to stop blaming, you know, your marketing team and your sales team and just focus on the customers and repositioning the product for them. The secret to sustainable targeted growth is a relentless focus on your best fit customers. You don't need to work harder, you just need to be positioned smarter. If all of this resonates with you and you're ready to take your startup to the next level, you know, I have a battle-tested positioning framework that I've refined over the years working with startups just like yours, and I'm sharing my approach in this newsletter. And if you're interested in talking about your positioning strategy, do reply to the newsletter and let's grab a strategy call. So hope you enjoyed that one. Share this video with fellow startup founders who, you know, might find this advice beneficial. Thank you for watching. Until next time, may your customers love you and understand your product.